Good morning, Commissioner. I think I recognize most of you by face, no? If you could allow me to sit down, no? Before you came to Benke, I was doing an analysis, and because I think if you want to approach a problem, you have to be based on facts, trends, and analysis, no? So I think you did your homework, right, no? Because you mentioned a couple of things that I had written already. Okay, I was noting that what Mrs. Hall, the OC for Benke, said is true, no? And I had written here, when it comes to the vehicles, no? I only see a blue and a red patrolling Benke, no? I know that there was one from the MIT, one used by the CIB. I think they are back at the grounds of the police station, no? So they are not functioning. So I'm hereby calling on you. Unfortunately, the CEO never came because he's one of my good friends, no? The Atos, because I would have reminded him to include that on the budget, We need vehicles for Benke, Also, when it comes to manpower, you said that crime is not fat on the amount of people on the grounds. I agree with you, But I don't know what is the ratio. I know policing has a ratio of so much police for so much people, no? I think we would have to look at that too, to bring it to equity. The other thing is that I have been concerned because of the recent theft of vehicles, I think you are familiar where they're heading to. Most of the criminals are coming in from across the border, no? And I heard some spots that you might have identified already, no? And some very important things that you mentioned that have to be done. I cannot share it with you the one point that you might have missed, no? But that I am aware that that might be the key point, So I would prefer to share it after the meeting if you would be interested, no? Recently, with the murder of Mr. Akil along the riverside, no? If you note, that area is an area that has to be constantly patrolled. That's an easy access area, right? I think the officers should use that area as a strategic point for constant patrolling, The old border road, the new border road, all those areas have an exit to the Arenal road. Recently there have been some crimes being committed there, So the people that commit the crimes, they know the territory. They know the ins and outs, right? So we have, you as the police officers, you have to block them. You have to ensure where they are coming in and where they are exiting through, if you really want to fight this type of crime. So when it comes to community policing, I know that the commissioner was one of the ones that launched the community policing initiative. I have not seen much being done recently in Benke, when it comes to community policing. So now that's another key area, we have the youths coming up. A lot of unemployment in this town, you have to keep them busy, or create opportunities for them, because they might become easy targets for the bandits across. And that's where the collaboration starts, They make them good offers and then they come in and become key players in committing those type of crime. And lastly, when it comes to the theft of vehicles, I know that there was an agreement signed in 2014 between the government of Belize and Guatemala for the return of robbed vehicles, or misappropriated vehicles. So I don't understand what is the communication between, and I know you will not tell me, right? The communication between Belize police and the Guatemalan PNSA, right? Because there is a procedure that has to be followed and proper protocols for the return of those vehicles. I don't know if any of those vehicles end up across the border, will it be facilitated, or what is the problem being encountered, Information sharing or whatever is lacking, something that you as the commissioner might have to look at, and work along with the local police authorities and probably through foreign affairs and ordering for these agreements to come into effect, So I think there's a lot that has to be done, and the community is a key part in fighting crime. I agree with you. So I look forward to seeing what you will put in place, the procedures that will be put in place to try to alleviate these crimes for further, no? So I think that's my contribution, no, as a citizen, as a resident. But I have shared with you already 3 of the points that I think need more constant patrol, you know. And the one important last thing, no, that you mentioned is the barriers that would have to be established. That would help, in my opinion, to prevent the vehicles from going through, especially to the Arenal checkpoint, no? But why not, Commissioner, a camera that will record? Because if you missed it or they go through the barrier, at least we'll have an image of the person or the vehicle or the license plate that crossed through that barrier, no? And, you know, we need to have additional eyes, you know, there to detect, to capture the moment, you know? So that's just my contribution, no?